Thank you for being here today. Just bringing ourselves into this moment. If you'd like, you can close your eyes and taking a breath deep into your belly and release. Another breath, just feeling that breath as it is accepted by your body. Where do you feel it? Your belly, your chest, your nose. Can you hear it even? On the next in-breath, just acknowledging that you're nourished by this breath. It's a healing breath. It's a renewing breath. And we're grateful for that. Noticing now the weight of your body in the chair you're in. Wiggle your toes a little. On the next in-breath, you can imagine breathing in through your feet, coming up, bringing air up through the feet and legs into your hips and body. And notice the subtle changes in how that feels within you. Just one more like that. And today our intentions are for gratitude, and specifically gratitude throughout our lives. Gratitude for the youth we have, gratitude for each wrinkle that we earn along the way, gratitude for the wisdom that we gather, gratitude for the gray hair, gratitude for the extra year of life, for every single birthday, gratitude for the blessings of getting older. And we're asking today to feel timeless. And most of us feel timeless. We almost feel like teenagers, a lot of us, unless there's an ache or a pain reminding us of our age. We ask to feel timeless because our soul is truly timeless. We ask for the grace to feel grateful for every moment of our lives, even as we get older and things may look different or feel different within us. We're asking for long, happy lives. And in return, perhaps we're willing to agree to try our best in our lives, to keep gratitude and gratefulness at the forefront of our minds. Perhaps we agree to learn from each moment. Perhaps we agree to serve others through our talents, through the things that we're good at. And perhaps we agree to also look after others in our lives that may be at either end of the age spectrum, the younger, the older, or anyone who may be unwell. Being willing to notice where we are needed in our communities. So we're going to take a short walk in a woodland, and just imagining that you're somehow being transported into a clearing. A little bit of, there's ferns everywhere. It's an early morning and there's a bit of dew on the plants around you. The air smells quite fresh and light and fragrant. And there's very little breeze in the air, but you can hear the birds, the dawn birds singing. The sun is coming, but you can't feel it overhead yet. But there is a brightness filtering through the trees, and there are beautiful shadows and light. And as you gaze around in wonder at the beauty around you, you feel very grateful to be alive. And as you're walking now, you're going to walk towards the trees, and you see a simple trail, a pathway that you'd like to walk along. And as you step forward, you just are breathing in this freshness, fresh air. You can hear rustling of animals through the forest, but you feel very safe and very well. Feel protected. Listening to those birds and feeling the coolness of the air against your skin. And there's beautiful ferns under the canopy of the trees. The bark of the trees is looking very moist and green. And you can hear a very gentle whistle of the leaves just waving back at you a little bit from the top of the trees, where the wind is just catching the tops of the trees gently. Beautiful. And you're walking along. You're noticing that there's someone ahead of you. And as you look at them, you recognize this person. They look slightly older than you expect. And then when you look closely, you realize that's me. That's me when I'm older. Perhaps your hair looks a little whiter. Perhaps your skin looks more delicate. Perhaps you're wearing something that you wouldn't currently wear. But also notice the richness. As you walk toward yourself, you start smiling, and that person is looking at you going, wow, you look great. You're meeting yourself, this older version of yourself. And just notice how you feel about that. Notice if there's any sadness, regret. Is it just gratitude? So now your older self is going to walk with you for a few minutes. And as you walk, you're both walking forward on the same path. And you're becoming more accepting of this version of you that's sometime in your future, 20 years ahead, 30 years ahead. And your more mature elder self is now giving you some advice and encouragement. Also reminding you of your perfection today, reminding you of how proud they are of the journey you've already been on. And of course, they know about your future, and they may have some advice for you about that. And your elder self is saying, actually, I need to get going. I have things to do, people to see, a life to lead, a full life to lead. But before they turn to walk in a different direction, you gently grab their hand. And as you grab their hand, you feel the difference in the quality of their skin, how the skin looks, the weight of the hand, the strength of that hand. And as you look at that hand, you recognize the wisdom that was gained through those years ahead. And you're giving that hand a squeeze and thanking yourself for all that is ahead of you. Thanking yourself for helping you see the value of you, even at a much older age. And accepting that, yes, physically things may change, but at your essence, you are exactly the same. Timeless, priceless. And you turn away now. Maybe you're giving yourself a hug. Notice how you would give a hug to you. Notice the strength of your elder self. They're giving you a pat on the back or rubbing your shoulder, encouraging you to keep going. You're walking back now, saying goodbye. And as you walk back toward the clearing to come back into this room in a moment, you're just acknowledging that you feel okay about this. You feel okay about getting older now. You're starting to feel connected to the you that exists in some future time. You're feeling very grateful right now for this moment that you're in, for the youth that you have right now, because you are youthful and vibrant. Coming back into the clearing, just the sun is starting to feel warmer now. And just feeling very grateful in your heart for this little journey that you took to meet your elder self. And letting go of any fears you may have had about that journey. Letting go of any regrets that you might be losing something as time goes by. And rather now taking with you a feeling of gaining and appreciating in value, becoming more valuable as you live each day of your life. Coming back into the room you're in, into the chair you're sitting in. And if you have a scarf, you're welcome to use it to bring your energy inward. Om. 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 Acknowledging the divine energies around us. Om Mistana Devaya Nama. Om Mistana Devaya Nama. Om Mistana Devaya Nama. Om Mistana Devaya Namaha. Om Mistana Devi Nama. Om Mistana Devi Nama. Om Mistana Devi Nama. Om Mistana Devi Namaha. Om Grama Devaya Nama. Om Grama Devaya Nama. Om Grama Devaya Nama. Om Grama Devaya Namaha. Om Grama Devi Nama. Om Grama Devi Nama. Om Grama Devi Nama. Om Grama Devi Nama. For our ancestors, in particular acknowledging the ancestors who lived long lives and passed on wisdom to the world, that accepted that process of getting older with grace. We ask for their guidance in that for ourselves also. Om Ancestrai Namah. 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 And we call on Lord Ganesh. Looks like an elephant and has the energy to move anything out of the way that needs to be moved. And elephants are generally quite long-lived as well. I kind of feel they have that, long in tooth wisdom. So we ask Lord Ganesh to help us to also move into greater wisdom, greater learning and acceptance. And also that we truly value, help us to remove any obstacles to valuing who we are today, valuing our vitality, valuing our youthfulness, and valuing our health, and asking for the ability to tend to our own health and nourish ourselves in ways that allow us to feel well and healthy and happy long, long, long into this life. Om Ganganapate Namaha. 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 Notice your breath for a moment or two here. The next mantra is a mantra requesting wisdom. And King Solomon was known for his wisdom. And he was guided by divine beings and by God. So in this mantra, we ask those beings, those divine energies, those angels who were with King Solomon to also be with us through the purity, mercy, and goodness of Allah, God. Inahun Vamin Sulimana Ba Inahun Bismalaya Nerahaman Arahim Inahun Vamin Sulimana Ba Inahun Bismalaya Nirrahmanirrahim. Innahun Vamin Sulimanan Ba'inahun 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 Bismalaya Nirrahmanirrahim. The next mantra is a mantra requesting health. And our body does speak to us. It indicates to us when we need to change things, when we need assistance, when we're not looking after ourselves well enough. A tummy ache could be from eating too much chocolate, or an ache in your hip may mean that you need to rest, or that you need to see a physiotherapist, or perhaps an ache could also be an indication that you're stressed, that you need to take time for yourself, that you need to think about your emotions, that you need to talk to someone. So our body is always communicating with us, and we are grateful for that. But we ask that each of us receives those communications and understands them and takes action on those messages. Because it is through ignoring those messages that we end up with issues that are a little harder to heal quickly. So we ask for the ability to be wise enough to understand what our bodies need, and to allow for longevity and long, happy, healthy life. So this mantra has the word mom in the middle, which means for you, for me, mom, for me. And we can also do this mantra for others. So we will do a few, leaving a gap where that word mom is, so you can put in the name of anyone who you'd like to pray for their health. Om Hrim Sankate Mamrogam Nasai Swaha. 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 I'm putting the name of someone that you care about in here. For me, my mother's been unwell, so I'll be putting her name in. Anyone who you know that is dealing with ill health or aging even, we'll send them our love. So just input the name in your own mind or out loud, and I'll leave a gap. Om Hrim Sankate Rogam Nasai Swaha. 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 The next mantra is for abundance in our lives. It's from the Sufi tradition, and it's basically saying, calling on the divine that is full of richness and abundance, the divine that's full of the ability to support itself, self-sufficiency. Ya Gani, Ya Mu Gani. 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 And sending out divine light, God that most brightest, purest light, Ya Nur. And today let's send this light to anyone elder of us. So all of those moving through the years of their lives, sending them light and love and acceptance and good health. Ya Nur, Ya Nur, Ya Nur, Ya Nur, Ya Nur. Ya Nur. Bring your hands into prayer position, palms together. Together we pray for an acceptance of the cycles of life, days and nights, seasons, and the human life from infancy to childhood, teen years, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 100s, 110s, 120s, 130s perhaps, 140s, and beyond into other cycles of life. We ask to move through the cycles of our lives gracefully and to feel, if as much as possible, dear God, help us to feel timeless. Help us to understand our preciousness, our pricelessness, and the value of each year that passes and the wisdom gained. Only getting better and better every day, in every way. Relishing every chance we get to live. Amen. And then rubbing your hands briskly together, creating some heat. Covering your eyes with your hands, breathing in here. Sealing that energy in, tip-tapping your head and shoulders, arms, chest, back, belly, hips and legs. Coming back into the room, maybe give your legs a little pat and thank them. Thank this body. Give yourself a little cuddle. It's good to be me. It's good to be alive. Well done, everyone. Thank you for being here.